I'm kinda thrilled to see you playing ball with Ruth Bazaar. They say the enemy of my enemy is worth exploiting for strategic leverage.
Your command. Nobody around.
I'm on target. I need
die. Not possible. No target to gut.
Well, if it isn't our favorite contractor.
Silence is the answer.
Hostile spotted.
Stay in line, or I'll knock you to the bottom of the org chart.
You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you. 4. Yeah, it will. 3. 2. Last chance. Some folks really don't have the sense given to a sprat. Don't say I didn't honor Auntie's Choice's obligatory 5-second grace period when dealing with nuisance customers. Dribble, gob, muck 'em up.
Gotta like it.
Engagement!
Those Raps are trained all right. Rather not fight them if it's all the same to you.
Looks like we're about to have company of the unwanted kind. You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you. Not getting paid by the word. Make it quick. I look like I'm from the Human Welfare Department? Go find someone else to yop at.
Have a profitable day. Stop not scrounging around.
More I look around, more I'm glad this plant ain't close to any townships. We ought to disinfect real good. Real good after this.
Entertainment and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by Auntie's Choice. Improving lives through unfettered free trade and unbridled self-betterment.
Word on the street is you're all fired, goal-oriented.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like you're right.
Troublemaker approaching. How are you?
Go ahead. Tell me what ails you.
Quite the feat of engineering to keep a place like this operational. Working with high voltage doesn't leave room for a lot of mistakes.
Oh there. Well, of all the improbable sights I'd never imagined to actually see, folks simply wandering around the Badlands of Praetor would be near the top of that list. I've not the mind to solve the equation that demonstrates how unlikely it is you've survived enemy combatants, hostile critters, and endless lightning in near equal measure. The grounding station was built to help manage and offset the lightning that illuminates the sky and scorches the ground without pause or penance. They also used the station for a number of experiments that they ultimately lacked the capacity to complete. But, suffice it to say, we far exceeded those limitations. Nevertheless, the Exemplar is in need of help to complete his research, and our small squad lacks the manpower to provide it. But you might be the universal variable we've been waiting for. He is in the lab atop the hydraulicalized lift. Ironically, the lift was struck by lightning while the station was being reset and is stuck in its raised position. There is a trail that leads to the top. Just mind the jump onto the platform, and don't touch anything glowing, sparking, or obviously shedding lightning on your way there. And given the situation we find ourselves in, I'll be leaving the gate charged unless you're ready to pass through it. Just approach, and I'll power it down for you. I'll write my next dissertation in your honor. Should you ever need to exit the station, just approach the gate, and I can open it for you.
Need a distraction.
Raring to go.
I'm at my wit's end with that damn protectorate safe. If you can open it, whatever's inside is yours. I'll wash my hands of it.
So, you're the mysterious individual that's caused such a stir across Arcadia? Well, it is my sincerest of pleasures to meet you. I am Exemplar Simon, head of research at this station. Please consider me your personal conduit to this meager, yet profound portion of the universal equation. How may I be of service? Ah, So you're the reason I've been alerted to recalibrations. I'd wondered why some of these systems suddenly came back online. Originally, the Protectorate designed this facility to control those grounding towers, which are the only thing keeping Praetor's ceaseless lightning from turning us all into ash. And to be sure, that is the only reason Anti or the Protectorate haven't taken this place by force. They are rightly terrified of what happens if this station goes offline. However, neglect during this conflict led to Axons shorting at 5 of the towers, causing gross misalignment. If they aren't realigned, the failures will catastrophically cascade. Wonderful. In order to recalibrate a tower, you must find the malfunctioning panel inside their control room and reset it. And to speed you along, I can offer a unique incentive. Prior to being driven from this facility, the Protectorate was exploring lightning-powered explosives. The concept was clearly beyond them, but I have already solved their errors. So with each tower you align, I can produce a batch of the explosives they theorized, and I would happily share them with you. Indeed. When aligned, each tower fills a capacitor I've modified, which provides me with enough electrical accumulation to fabricate a handful of these explosives. Unfortunately, the capacitors are only able to hold the charge for mere moments before failing catastrophically. Thus, I'm limited in production by the 5 capacitors that remain. So, for each tower you align, I am able to fabricate a handful of these electron explosives, the sum of which I shall share with you. That is fantastic news. I'll begin fabrication as soon as you've aligned each tower, and so I shall have the explosives ready for you upon your return.
Yeah.
Armed and ready.
Let's get you healed. Someone call for a medic.
Out of sight and on the way.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.
My aftermarket parts are primed.
That's one tower recalibrated. Exemplar Simon better be happy.
I'll admit, always figured the console for a power. Just think about all those posters of the pair of them that'll have to... Me? The Sovereign's misfortune is our gain.
Adjutant, sir. The smell of burning raptidons is rather pungent. Are there any concerns in regards to attracting further raptidons?
A good question, Warden. Command has informed me that the brutes will instinctively be repelled by the scent of their burning kin. So rest easy in that regard.
Ready to waste it, or you're committed.
Troublemaker approaching.
Let me handle this.
Got my lamp on an unfriendly.
Easy on the actuators.
Time to earn my commission. Straps tingling, all charged up.
We need to withdraw.
Prescription filled.
Your monsters, and whatever else you can throw at me.
Another tower recalibrated.
If you need a house call.
Calibrated. It's got my scale standing on end. Can we go?
By law, you've done it! I cannot lie. My math placed the odds of your survival at 0.00343%. But your reputation indicates that you reliably beat the odds. So why am I surprised? Unfortunately, I am limited in forms of compensation. However, I've refined the schematics so they may be constructed with your own rudimentary tools. I trust that you will find wonderful methods of deployment that will manipulate every equation to your favor.
Commander, if you've a moment, I wish to note my reservations regarding the Order member we seem to have brought into our fold. Setting aside my obvious concerns as an enemy of the Order, there's something devious about her. Something that sets her apart from her fellows. There is a bloodlessness to her nature. A killer's icy resolve. She's dangerous. That we do. But it's best if we not bring danger home to roost. That was all I had on that subject. Consider my concerns logged.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice.
I just had word from that old number cruncher on Cloister. Alden tells me you agreed to continue the work we began at Greater Tranquility Station. Grand. A collaboration between Auntie's Choice and the Order will truly reward all of Arcadia, not to mention the Order itself. If they partner with us, it's only a matter of time before they come to see that profits are a more tangible proof of progress than those unquantifiable theories they get lost in.
The 56th inning, they made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that Moon Man's
Don't let us keep you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without...
I'm Auntie Cleo, and I endorse this message.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business. There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to... Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Oh, spare no detail. This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better. Don't take that tone with me, little Agent So-and-so. I've strip-mined the assets of tougher sorts than you for far less.
If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed. No, it would not.
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
Not completely sure you can convince me that Auntie's choice benefits from receiving 0 access to that wondrous little doodad. Don't allow my carefree demeanor to deceive you, because I will not be made a fool of. Both of you should consider yourselves fortunate I remain so level-headed.
The Order is pleased to accept our mediator's wisdom in this matter.
Yes, the Order can keep their contraption, but the management of skip drives should be under the purview of Auntie's choice. No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous! And a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity.
Exactly right.
As would the likelihood that we will eventually improve upon it. We shall allow Auntie's control of the current design. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner. be remiss if I didn't note that Auntie's Choice also has scientists. Very good ones, in fact.
Yes, but we're doing ourselves no favors if we can't admit we could do better. We got the ingenuity. We just need the same amount of care, too.
I am certain your scientists are adequate, but compared to Order minds, it would be foolish to pretend there is any contest.
My scientists don't perpetually dither with profitless theoretical impracticalities. They produce tangible, worthwhile results in short order, or else. A 50-50 split? But that's so equal. I generally consider anything less than a majority as practically a loss. But fine. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later.
I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's Choice.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of what they will be used for.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I? While the Archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly, brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it. Certainly, but nothing I'm not prepared to suffer.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Oh, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order.
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example. I did not anticipate needing to fight for my own physical autonomy, but thank you for respecting my choice.
Oh, how it's delightful to me to see you squirm. All right. I'll get you your weird chemicals. I'll even provide you our corporate discount, practically wholesale. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward. As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor.
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the Archive to consider.
We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Toodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, we must reclaim Spireton from the enemy. Spireton once served as the Order's headquarters, due to its proximity to the Archive. Its loss was an affront, and remains so. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spireton which can deliver our troops into the Archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises, but you are proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the Archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Until the Order has control over the Archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Can't believe I just watched peace made between the Order and Auntie's choice. Seems like a dream I'd have after eating too many woolly curds.
It's Fizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos, Fizzos,
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation.
What nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebelled.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Ah, there you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a grand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants, and covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
Well, ain't meaning no disrespect, it's just everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every rung leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again, do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Not at this time. Though I wouldn't rule out a little grave robbing at a later date. No, we have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. There was a past proposal to utilize grafts, but once I saw what happened to those misfortunates in the experiment, like your hanger-on here, the idea was promptly abandoned.
Wait, are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition? And was shuttered because it couldn't?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the battlefield? Well, that's what bombs are for.
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean anything at all. Is that right? Me and mine were just lab sprats to you this whole time?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did. How sad. I'll have you know, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your enemies when you can co-opt and sell goods to them later? Ah, tut-tut. No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor. Not just any automechanical, something much, much more exciting. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
I'm damn glad we could get Auntie's choice and the Order to make peace with one another. I was worried for a minute that Basar was gonna pass up a good deal. Reckon this news will give the Arcadians hope. Law knows they need it. Anyhow, was there something you needed, Commander?
Just say win.
Seize them!
I see an unfriendly soldier. Ready to waste it. On your command.
Yeah.
Get the order, and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aggressors in range.
Shifting to a
Hear that? Fired since hours. Sealed. Protectorate's work, no doubt. Isn't there supposed to be a way to unseal this near the archive's entrance?
If you'll excuse me, I have numerous calculations to think about.
Spizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos, Fizzos, Spectrum.
We took what nature heedlessly assembled and thusly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly artificial.
Soon I'll be able to leave this office. You're back! Finally! Finally! Do you have it? Did you bring it here? A last-minute shakedown, is it? I knew I liked you. Yes, of course. Fine, fine. Oh, let me see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me look at you, gorgeous. If you'll all just excuse me a moment as I slip into something more formidable.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating as your mind. You've narrowed the gap quite a bit.
Oh, Auntie, you look amazing. Absolutely everyone will want a new mech body after watching you strut the walk.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share? Oh, thank you. It's so rare to find a person who knows how to articulate the perfect understated response. What's more, it's an undeniable confirmation that the archive-derived strategic plan can be reliably executed and produces incredible results. With their predictive abilities refining our planning and execution, our market dominance is a foregone conclusion. Yes, so much to do, and we have you to thank for making it happen. I am quite looking forward to you working for me further.
Let's get this thing.
stands between us and that rift is the modulator we acquired on Praetor. I sincerely hope it does not fail us now. The Archive's entryway bristles with Protectorate weaponry. In a direct assault, I'm not sure I would even fancy my chances.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste.
Ain't opposed to that, but I reckon our better bet is bringing in some backup. There's a reason folk go on and on about strength in numbers.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
So, you're just gonna ignore all the warnings we got about this place? If we go in now, we may well be going to our deaths.
Engaging mass troops would be bad enough, and I know for a fact that they are supported by a network of turrets and a formidable automech. Rivers of blood, our blood, may flow.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all
Somehow. As if similarly foolish notions ain't crossed your mind before. But how about you listen to one of us for a change?
Should I die in the course of this misguided venture, please honor my memory by strangling yourself.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
I suspect there is a rock in my boot. Thankfully, an Arbiter is capable of withstanding even the most fearsome discomfort. Speak freely.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system.
The Protectorate have dug themselves in real good. If we approach head-on, we're signing our own death certificates. We need another plan. Ain't opposed to that, but I reckon our better bet is bringing in some backup. There's a reason folk go on and on about strength. Now that's a plan I can get behind.
Lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work?
Have you viewed any serials of note lately? Neither have I. Speak freely.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Prudence dictates. Invasive elements.
Professor Ostergaard making a mess of things again.
From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our... all in this together.
Right, ready if you need a house call.
Disown our sense of community. They sneer at our content.
Individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system.
The console provides, the system abides.
We rout all disruptive influences.
Is a fellow subject...
Space individualists promote a sense of community when you can't monitor what each other say at all times.
We'll learn to appreciate our society. Enough, Red Cloak. Care for a package of Auntie's Choice Sprat Crisps while we wait?
I'd rather starve. Wait for what?
Why, for you to abandon your precious community. To put your silly paradigm and your rare display and embrace a lifestyle of wanton consumerism.
We'll be waiting an eternity, corporate fiend. I'll never turn my back on the console.
Our marketing experts predicted you would say that. Middle managers?
From the lowliest subject to the most
What is that barbaric contraption?
Think of it as our answer to your mental refreshment. Only it's 110% more effective and 120% cheaper to operate. Also has 130.
Quiet now.
One analyzer and you'll emerge new and improved. Down to the
Oh, I feel terrible. Everybody who liked the latest Crabble rations fell ill. Rumor is somebody died. Oh, was it me? Feels like it was.
Bring in Red Cloak's turncoat companion, Sentinel Dunning. Strap analyzer. No. You were supposed to
Trying to give chase.
To battle!
People honor their bargains no more than you honored your sworn duty to the console.
Silence, Red Cloak. It will be your turn soon enough. Dunning, try not. The loyalizer has many moving parts and can be a bit imprecise.
Hey, what are you doing? No.
Engage the transducers. Loyalization settings at 110%. Right now, loyalizer's impulse voiders are interposing Dunning's higher and lower cerebral motivationators, rearranging his upper story, hitting him with
appropriate field for their assigned work.
Pretty snazzy, eh? Sure, the loyalizer's industrial design ain't up to snuff, but the unit is scalable. Home version comes out next quarter. Materialistic fun for the whole family. Dunning's done. How do you feel, young former Protectorate Sentinel?
Fine. A little obsessed with material goods and needless services, I guess. Also have a hankering for crab, which... Got anything devoid of nutritional value to snack on?
On a hostile planet, day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and... Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings, I became one with the wood and fire and the earth. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Must say, I've become quite the expert. Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, I ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript. Oh, I truly relate. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to life in these caves, living raw and pure like our primitive, lice-ridden ancestors. Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. You simply push a button, and flame comes out. Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways, like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance. That big computronic adding machine? Nah. All that electromechanical malarkey is lost on a rugged, outdoor individual like me. I have a sort of neighbor who obligingly checks in from time to time. A fellow hale and hearty, like-minded individual who plainly admires my gumption. So much so, he often sends over parcels of food over the tube system, with doteful recordings like, "Eat this or you'll starve." Never even met him face to face. To exist in the wild, you must be a total opportunist, as you never know where or when your next meal will arrive. You'd know that were you a survival expert yourself. Nature abhors uncomfortable silences. You must have so many questions, and I have so much wisdom. I'm just bursting to share. Technically, no. I mean, I fashioned remains into this thought-provoking headdress, but it's made out of an actual sprat of abnormal size. I came across 2 of them. Well, they're cadavers, locked in a kind of death embrace. I thought, I share these creatures' fierce determination. How can I capture that? And voila, I fashioned one for my neighbor too. But haven't heard from him in some time. Well, firstly, you need to keep your eyes open because oftentimes things want to eat you. Secondly, you can't be too picky with what you eat. Thirdly, not everything you can eat, you should. There's a lot of trial and error involved. Mostly error. Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways, like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance. You might call in reinforcements if the Spirton lift controls were working. I happen to have its missing components in my possession. I might be convinced to part with them for a small favor. Some key legwork for a mighty hunter. Me, I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade. As much as I appreciate the compliment, such work is beneath someone of my skills. Accomplished hunters like me are well known to enlist aid from peons, underlings, and guides. Their habitat stretches from inside the archive's entrance to all over the overlands. Actually, should be no problem to locate. Here's a fetching headpiece that ought to make it easier. Put it on, and they'll see you as one of their own. Like a fellow sprat of unusual size. Won't run away. Have at it now. I'll learn you all about self-sufficiency and survival yet.
Subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Did you get the sprats I need? So I might, bait the equal parts canny and fierce Ursapod into a trap? Finally, give it here.
Raw, I can understand. Refusing to season, I cannot.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten for days. Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. Never even seen him face to face. I do so hope he's all right. Anyhow, suppose we had a deal. Oh, I seem to have misplaced said parts. Here are a few bits for your trouble. I no longer have any need for money. Drop back in again sometime, will you? Occasionally, I do get a little starved. For, company.
Fried batter known as waffles. That way lies chaos. Start your day dutifully with tribute pancakes.
Oh, violence!
Tribute pancakes, just like the Matrix. Start your day dutifully with tribute pancakes, the sensible, circular, subdued breakfast food.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Crabbles lately. Intricate courtship rituals. Coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Crabbles ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
Ah, nice of you to drop by. You're looking very, toothsome, if you don't mind me saying. Something smells delicious, and I think it's probably you. Something smells delicious, and something smells delicious, and I think it's probably you.
I have thinking coming! Strange bedfellows indeed.
day dutifully with tribute pancakes, the sensible, circular, subdued breakfast food. Tribute pancakes, just like the matriarch used to eat. Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Here's one you'll be sure to enjoy.
Unexpected.
Fair to go.
And or south. Origin.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
The sheer scale of this sprawling contraption truly puts one's minuscule size into perspective. Let's not spend more time here than we must.
What was in those rations? Will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Just a moment. Forgive me. I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other.
Don't envy you. Try and drink plenty of water, huh? Maybe have a lie down?
So do I need assistance from someone with substandard, non-protectorate medical training? Thank you, but no, you're too kind. Assessor Torbert Ostergaard of the Protectorate. I have been here since we seized the facility from Auntie's choice. Well, not this room specifically, but I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the, Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that. It is part ceremonial item, part computronical key. Grants special access across the archive by transmitting a series of advanced calculations when waived. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you in exchange for granting me safe passage.
The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. By all rights, I should fight against you to my dying breath for the Protectorate, rather than concede the Calcaduceus, for all it would serve. No. Capitulation I can stomach. Collusion I cannot. I refuse to assist you more. I am obliged to face you then. I am no arbiter, but as a dutiful subject of the Protectorate, I will not go without a fight.
I've eyes.
This is... well, it's damn beautiful. You can give him that.
What was... Oh, will this gastric nut...
Don't...
so... to... I still have trouble saying that. It is... if you... I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you, in exchange for granting me safe passage. All right. I am providing you the Calcaduceus. Don't shoot. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Congratulations. Is there a Protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather... woogly. Ah!
Scale of this sprawling contraption truly puts one's minuscule size.
Oh, will this gastric nightmare never...
Fortune.
So do I need assistance from someone with, like many others, the latest batch of Crabble rations? I am the Archive... I still have trouble saying that. It is... if you have cleared... I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you. In exchange for it will no doubt earn me mental refreshment, perhaps worse. But this way, I retain some measure of hope. All right. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Is there a Protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather... woogly.
trust. I breathe for my neighbor. I know I am right. Fight the sovereign deserves all.
Lucius detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Harmonizer replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am EUENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. Effectively, that is correct. My tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation, a means to effectively convey information to sentient beings. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement, to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
Well, that ain't good.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Priority set. Fluctuation. Curb imperfect thoughts. Repel invasive elements. Beg your pardon.
Your contributions are much appreciated.
Our enemy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community, sneer at our contentment.
Finally, I fulfilled my purpose in life, a glorious death. Blown up by a mine. A fine way to go among many ways to die. Electroshocked, plasma smelted, cyranium gassed, goop.
The console provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Somebody loiter about a protocol without someone casting assuming glances their way? I know a presumptive look when I see it. You can't tie me to that. I'm just standing here. Oh no! Don't give me those big eyes. Don't you look at me like that. No, stop. You've got nothing on me. I'd die before I talk. Oh, well, you'll love this then, as a fellow flim-flam connoisseur. Depends on how delicate your constitution is, I suppose. 6 or 7 months ago, some Auntie's Choice clock puncher made a shipping error. Sent a few crates of failed grafting materials here to Cloister. You know that grafting program they used to have? Where they'd give some hapless hullhead a big monster arm, torn off one of a bunch of different deadly creatures?
Easy, pal. Unless you want to see this monster arm in action. Up close.
Sorry. See, you already got the memo. These crates arrived full of rejected Crabble graft parts. Sat untouched for months till I found them. And I thought, little rebranding, the right angle? Bet I could sell these. I'm getting to that. Yeesh. I met this protectorate officer. Smug as all get out. Naive as the day is long. Said she had logistical supply concerns and needed means to feed the personnel guarding the archive. As the plan would have it, I told her I got a shipment of, imitation Crabble meat. You repackage and relabel it, it'll pass for protectorate rations just fine. She agreed. Bought a few crates on the spot, promised to send word when she needed more. I just had to grind up everything first. Remove a few telltale chunks. Got just the thing. This little audio cartridge should do the trick. Those troops hear what they've been eating. I don't know what'll happen, but they won't be happy about it. Don't mention it to anyone, especially not those damn snoops at Winter's Grasp.
Nice of you to shoulder a bit of the workload.
Wholesome programming played at a reasonable volume. You're listening to Protectorate-sanctioned wireless. Attention, neighbors. Fear not if you miss the momentous news, for it bears repeating a second, third, even a 10th time. The Sovereign himself reported for mental refreshment. The inspiring tidings came from the Consul's own mouth. Hear his announcement again, and be uplifted by this complete validation of our perfect society.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors.
Isn't that wonderful? Even the Sovereign eagerly pursues our mission. Now, bask in the contentment as we replay the Consul's inspiring announcement around the clock.
Next time.
Long ago, the
Oh, a customer.
to support a bounteous life for all Protectorate subjects.
You have needs. I have got a good supply of Auntie's Choice finest and some well-built. Hurry back.
Someone's bucking for a promotion. Word on the street is you're all fire oriented.
You're new. Don't seem like another one of these trade secret vultures either. War means nothing to them, you know. How about you? Know there's a war on, don't you? You here to help me win it? Oh, been out in the field, have you? I like the sound of that. Might be just the go-getter I need. Thing is, our local forces are in something of a bind. A Protectorate camp effectively bisected the territory we presently occupy. An intolerable vulnerability. Said camp is situated betwixt here and points to the north. Take it out, reconnect the territories, and walk away somewhat richer. You mean, what would you get? Some bits? Equipment? Improved good graces with Auntie's Choice? Reasonable rate for the work involved. Excellent. If you're agreeable to other work, I have... A Sub Rosa finagler operates out of the Port Authority building at the landing pad near Winter's Grasp. Sub Rosa works with both sides. Understood. But I want to know what she's into with the Protectorate. Let's say I'm curious. Learn anything useful? Ha! A base opportunist after my own heart. Well, she can continue swindling the Protectorate then. Here's a little something for your trouble.
When the outside tries its best to disrupt us, and the sentinels will always heed the call. It's a blessing for us here, but a curse for those so near. Sending the sentinels for us all. When faithless subjects try to corrupt us, our guardian will always
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander. To battle!
Invasive
Taking unit action.
That's two protectorate camps
See a
clear.
target I do
Let's put
not.
the last one down while we're at it.
None
shall stand against us. I am primed to punish.
replenishing my firearm.
The voice in the last camp. No, impossible. They would have been better to raise a hand against me. Let us put this business behind us.
Protectorate-sanctioned wireless. Essential listening for all subjects. News you should know. An outside agitator has assumed control. Of Spiretown. This was anticipated. It is just as the Paradigm planned.
The foot draggers from our forces. Their sacrifices no blessing. Defense, but lacked the zeal to do it.
Any news from the field? Any further progress? Well, excellent. Good show. I'll rest a bit easier tonight. Not as blissfully oblivious to our struggles as others here, mind you, but better. Anyhow, here's your reward. Pleasure doing business with you. Pleasure doing business with you.
Facility has never been in a more benevolent grip.
And now this.
Next up, music to invigorate your mind, so you can
Glad we could make a deal.
at a brisk pace with a true adherence zeal.
All system is sublime, best data to be had. It's perfection perfected. Our paradise lies your ground virtue. Every heart is called.
Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you.
Subject to the most shows deficiency. Quick mental tune-ups may be.
Remember those rejected grapple graft materials that got shipped here? I sold them to a protectorate officer who was low on supplies. fireflies. Said it was imitation crabble meat. She means to pass them off as official rations. Imagine all those whole heads wolfing down failed Auntie's choice.
Ignore that. I promise you this is merely tomfoolery. There's no way we were eating failed experimental material.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity.
The sheer scale of this sprawling contraption truly puts one's minuscule size in...
What's with... Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Forgive...
Don't envy you. Try and drink plenty of water, huh?
Assessor I still have trouble saying that. If I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you. Here, you are now operator of the archive. Is there a protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather woogly.
Broadcasting reassuring programming in line.